All right. Time for more Kerbal Space Program. And some very quick things we need to get doing right away. Primarily because our Minmus probe is out of radio contact. And it's 1 day, 1 hour from its Minmus encounter here, and it's only 1 day, 4 hours from its periapse. No bueno. Not a good time to be out of radio contact. The moon is passing close right now, so I wonder if that makes any difference, because the moon does have a very good satellite network around it. It makes none. So we're going to lightning fast try and get a relay out towards Minmus, and considering it took us about 14 days to get there, I think our chances are slim. The other thing we're going to do, we're going to update this tracking station, see if that makes a difference, because that can just save me a whole bunch of work, although it just cost us 500,000 credits. Whatever it takes to make our Minmus probe a victorious endeavor, we must do. Yep, that's still a negative. All right, that was a waste of 500,000 credits. Alright, so we need a very, very strong relay, and we do not have strong relay antennas. Let's speed this up. Let's get a satellite bus D to start with. Get rid of this. Don't need it. Don't need that fairing. Don't need the science. Don't need the science. Don't need the science. Okay, we don't need any of that science. It's not important. What's important is our lonely Minmus probe, now out of contact. So, of course, more relay antennas. So why not? Now, we need something to launch this at absurd rates. Yeah, words. Words are hard today. No excuse not to go out with our best fairing paint scheme. Right? Never too urgent for painting our fairing. Okay, there we go. Painted fairing, good to go. We've got a bunch of goodies on there. Yeah, that should do just fine. Now, I did save, I think. Yes! 3-ton escape velocity rocket. And rather than attempting to accomplish a serious interplanetary mission with this, which has ended in failure for everything else, we are just going to use this to go as fast as humanly possible towards Minmus, as Kerbinly possible. So 4 boosters, main engine, those separate, those go, other 2 boosters, those separate, those go, boom, separate to this, vacuum efficient engine, fairing can go probably before that even. Alright, there we go, boom, boom, that goes, we're on this engine here, and we are pretty much good to go, I think. So this is a race. Oh shit, I don't know which one of these stations is facing Minmus right now. We're just gonna launch. Need to make this happen. Emergency relay antenna. Alright. I just saw some wobbling there, and that was very disconcerting. Okay, so we are going to be the next... No, we're not. No, we're not. We need to launch from the desert airfield, like, right now. So we're going to take this back in. Last minute fix. Alright. Back in. Desert airfield. And we're going to launch straight up. No gravity turn. No attempt at orbit. Straight to escape velocity. And then beyond. Just a suicide relay antenna. Those are wobbly. I don't like that at all. Alright. Relay antenna to save the day, hopefully. Main engine plus the first 4 solid rocket boosters. When those separate, the other 2 will activate, keeping our thrust to weight ratio high, since this one engine does suck. For what we needed to do. So those should help us separate cleanly, semi-cleanly. Again, we're going straight for exit velocity. No attempt at doing anything else. We just want to go as fast as possible in Mrs. Path. Sorry. Too excited. Everything's looking stable. Separate. No need for those any longer. The skipper here is now enough to maintain our acceleration on its own out of the atmosphere as a sustainer. So the background on this guy, this is what launched our Sunsat and our Duna probe on that both failed. Duna probe that also became the Eve probe as an attempted salvage mission, although that did not work at all. Alright, we're getting near the edge of space. We're going to drop fairing. Less weight for us to worry about. So it means I can start deploying antennas so we don't lose contact. No sense in losing contact when you're a relay. Supposed to be helping a probe gain contact. So right now it's just all about going as fast as possible. So we've got a lot of distance to close very quickly. Our probe's min-miss encounter is coming up rapidly. We've got a very narrow window to attempt this with. Alright, we're now into vacuum efficient engine, AJ-10. Should continue to accelerate us significantly. Again, we just want to make sure we're in the path here of min-miss. We want to be able to bounce the signal off of this relay to that probe. Alright, that looks like that's escape velocity. Continue to accelerate. This is a one-use mission. Don't intend to do anything else for this sucker. Although this might be too far ahead of us there. We might have missed our launch window a little bit. So let's see. I want to see target position. And I will literally do a dumb burn directly towards Minmus if that's what I feel like doing. None of you can stop me. So there we are. We're going to do just a really dumb burn. Just, this doesn't make sense kind of burn. Like, this is not how science is done kind of burn. That's fine. This is all fine. Just going to send debris into independent solar orbit. That goes, continuing our burn. Currently suffering from an unprecedented level of psychosis. This is breaking all the rules of efficiency and intelligence in the name of speed. We are, however, moving our closest approach rather effectively. And what took our Minmus probe about 14 days to do in terms of reaching Minmus, we will do in just a little over an hour. It was our eventual orbit passing us there, lowering our perigee apparently. Greatly raising our apogee. That might actually be the case. Just a maddening waste of fuel going on right now. And you may be asking, aren't there more efficient ways to do this? And the answer is absolutely yes. We're doing it anyway. Now, Boomerang is actually looking quite promising as well as a backup. I don't know what just flipped on that. Oh, we have radio connection with the Adventure Pro. Didn't see that coming. Oh yeah, wow. Okay. That is quite the apogee. That's quite a thing we did there. All right. He was on something like an 8-year independent solar orbit. I don't think that's actually going to help us much, actually. Because this isn't really rotating, just Minimus is. So let's, this might actually just been a total waste. Let's go back and launch one from Boomerang. Because it's a thing I can do. Same launcher. Let's waste funds. If we're gonna waste funds, let's do it in style. Alright. It's only 37,000 credits? It's really not bad. Okay, never mind. I'm not wasting as much as I thought. Launch a backup. Away we go. Missed a little bit of our window here. So looking down directly here. We want to go more... I don't even know anymore. I can never figure this stuff out. About getting into space for the moment. First 4 boosters are down. On to the next 2. Oh, here we go. Lazy Aiming Champion 2018. Booster cutoff. Booster cutoff. Oh, Jesus. We lost signal. We lost signal at launch. Are we for real? Come on, something give me some kind of range here. Something give me connection. Looking at you. wherever you are. Kearsat. Kearsat 1's got a weak signal, probably. Well, we've got zero control at the moment. We're heading borderline straight for the absurd relays around the moon. Something's got to pick us up. Come on, somebody relay the signal. How do I even have the craft comms? Oh! Oh, I see. Okay. I don't have a inline communitron. That would be my problem. I thought I did. That, I can see that being a problem. We're relying on the absolutely terrible range. The internal antennas. This is one of those times I wish I had the extra ground stations. Apparently, Woomerang does not even count as a ground station. I would think if it's a launch site, it would have a ground station. Wow, that's absurd. Come on, something give me signal here. Anything. This whole thing's gonna fail for like 160 credit antenna that I didn't put on it. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Come on. Something fall into range. I know it's a very terrible range without the antennas, but... well, crap. It's gonna be just a really large projectile. Falling back to Kerbin. Yep, we're already back on descent. That is not gonna make orbital velocity. Wow, this was quite the expensive failure on this, I will say. The little rocket that derped. I put my money on destructive re-entry. If this doesn't burn up, I don't know what will. Oh, yeah. Yep. That is... wow. Okay. This is at normal speed, guys. Whoa. Well, the little satellite made it. Sort of. It lost two of its antenna to heat. Somehow the solar panels are still on there. That amazes me. Engine's gone. Yeah, that is hitting the ground very fast, or hitting the water very fast. Wow. That was all. No time warping there, guys. That was... wow. That was violent. Okay. Vehicle assembly. First off, this 300 credit antenna would have saved the day. Right there. Bingo. That's all we needed. And this would have been successful. It was just painful to think about. But, instead of launching one, instead of launching a replacement, because now our window's gone anyway, we're going to focus on bigger, better things. We're just going to hope something works to get us back into communication with our Minmus probe. Some kind of miracle. Possibly that first one we launched? Who knew? Who knows? Really could have put better antennas on this, that's for sure. Now we do need to check in on the Valentina Kerman Memorial Space Station. Also, just for the sake of checking. Yeah. That's right, we're over Kerbal capacity. So many Kerman. Nadbo's actually really good in terms of courage and stupidity. He is our first man on, or Kerman on Mun. Tom Fred was his co-pilot. Or his pilot, I guess you'd say. Newstead's useless. Dunson's nearly useless. Tagalog is pretty good. You're a good scientist. Alright, anyway. Fun distraction. Let's check on the space station. Because the space station is on its way to Mun. Where's this fresh launch? Heading for escape velocity. I don't even see it. Whoa, Xperi's going for escape velocity. Hey, signal! Signal to Minmus. Finally. Something reaches. So to wait for the planet to come around. That's like annoying at this point, rather than fun. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Our strained network around Mun. I want to check on Xperi though, which is about to get flung out on exit. Where'd this guy go? Is it getting recaptured to a Kerbin orbit? It is. Wow. This little guy's been on an adventure. It's had a lot of its own little interactions. Where is this fresh probe that I sent out? Oh, the space debris. Oh, this is space debris. It makes me so sad. Where is the... I feel like I'm going crazy. That I definitely sent one satellite out very aggressively. I think that's it right there. What is it calling that? Am I the only one confused? What am I doing wrong here? This guy right here. Oh, now it shows the icon. Okay. Yeah, it was weird. It wasn't showing the icon there for a while. Okay, so that could... Let's get rid of some of this noise. That could potentially still serve as our backup. Anyway. We've got the Valentina Kerman Memorial Space Station, and right behind it, we have a refueler somewhere out here. Yep, there it is. Okay. Go about to get our moon periapse for the space station. We'll start doing time warping by maneuvers. First, we need to plan out our maneuver. So once more to the Valentina Kerman Memorial Space Station. This will complete a contract if we get enough fuel there. And this will be our refueling point in moon orbit. I will probably send a lander up as well. And that will be our reusable lander. So we're not carrying one with us every mission. So at periapse, decelerate enough to get a moon capture. I'm not going to be too fancy about the moon capture yet. Just a minimum burn. And we'll align the station, which at the moment is fairly nice and secure. It should be a pretty easy burn here. Not too much wobble here. I was expecting this to be very wobbly and uncomfortable. But really not so bad. Very good. We're going to warp just in front of the maneuver. First fuel resupply craft is on its way as well. So it's going to be a 7-second burn, so I'm going to wait till about 3 seconds before maneuver. Bingo. Here we are. Moon capture. That should do it. Yep, moon capture. Beautiful. It's almost circular at the moment. Alright, we are going to just start lowering the periaps. Or maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should wait for the resupply craft. I'm not sure which way is going to be more efficient here. Is it going to be the same, really? I'll wait for the resupply craft and see how that goes. And resupply craft is looking good. It's one encounter in 1 hour. 21 minutes. Minmus probe. Looks like it's coming up on Minmus. And it is currently in range. Through some kind of miracle. This one is in 4 hours. So I can currently focus on... Wow, this thing's moving fast. Okay. I didn't think that was going to move that fast. I really should have shot that, like, right at the Minmus probe. That is rapidly making escape. We're approaching the point of losing signal again, I think. Oh, this is going to be interesting. One day, 2 hours. Yeah, that could be very interesting. Do a lot of time warp here on this guy. Since its maneuver is coming up much sooner. And then we'll do all our correction burns and everything else. It does look like there will be some inclination changes at this high orbit with the Valentina Kerman Memorial Space Station. And then we'll bring it into a tighter orbit from there. I did not realize I was doing only 50 time. I thought I was doing 100 time there. Okay, we can finally... Bingo, we can finally start setting up our maneuver node and then warp to that. Ooh, that's aggressive. Here we go. That should do nicely. Ascending descending node, we'll have to make an adjustment there. be on a tighter orbit, so we should catch up a little bit. That's the ideal. Fantastic. Get us in position. Just telling me I will not have any capability to make this burn, which is hard to believe, given all the fuel that we have available to us. So I really don't know what it's talking about. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this craft. That's getting kind of annoying. Did I deactivate this? No. I got nothing. I don't know what's going on there. I do not know why that's not reading my my fuel there. We'll warp up to the maneuver. Alright, 159.8 meters a second on this guy in vacuum. That should be less than a second burn, so that part should be right. It is now showing that I will have enough fuel at least. It is still saying burn time 0. So we're going to try it right at 1 second. Still don't know what's going on with the burn time there. That is weird. Anyway, that puts that in the orbit. Now we gotta worry about descending node and maneuver. Very precise maneuver this far out. There we go, 0.0. Of course, this is still telling me I do not have the thrust I need to make a simple 4.7 meter per second burn. So that's interesting. How's the Minmus probe? Still doing its thing. How far are we away from this? 1 day away from maneuver, so we gotta be switching over to Minmus probe at this point. 1 day, 0 hours. So yeah, let's switch to Minmus probe. All our missions we set up last night are coming together, minus this guy's back out of radio contact. As long as I can get radio contact at some point of it being on periaps and getting it into orbit, I'll work with it. I was really hoping this guy right here would actually be functional as a relay. And it's not doing the job. It's trash. Space junk. 37,000 credit space junk. Never did nothing for nobody. Okay, we are back in signal, which is good. just need this to have signal at some point on its min-miss encounter. That's all I need. Well, that's back in range. I don't know how that's not functioning as a relay at least a little bit. KSC is just coming around, it looks like. So I think I can get right to Periaps. I'm just gonna get some of this stuff out of the way here so I can actually see what's going on. So this is the key, is whether or not we'll be able to see Kerbal Space Center. So our Periaps is negative, so if we don't fix this encounter and have a functional encounter, we are boned. Just need to make sure. As it approaches Periaps. It has this radio signal. And if I see that it's about to drop the signal, then I need to just make the maneuver. Looks like we might be in luck. Yeah, I need to do this maneuver coming up very soon. It's now pointed directly at us, so now at this point we're starting to lose our window. It's only 39 minutes from its parry. I don't know what just happened there. Maneuver Periaps, please. Retrograde at Periaps, please. What? What is happening here? Alright, wait a minute. Give me a... No. Go. Go away. Should be able to, at the closest point, decelerate and flip over. There we go. Just wasn't doing enough. No sense going crazy yet. Just get a capture. Perfect. There's our capture. So it's going to be an 18-second burn. As long as we can maintain radio contact up to that point, We'll be fine. So this is going to be a gamble. We're going to warp there. Please don't lose signal. Please don't lose signal. Please don't lose signal. Please don't lose signal. It's looking good. Still got 3 more minutes. How far are we from losing signal? Are we getting close to losing signal? Where are we at? We're getting ominously close to losing signal. 3 minutes, though. Think we can make it 3 minutes? Maybe, possibly. I just want to get 9 seconds away from this burn. We'll do it. Nine seconds from burn. That's where we want to start this. Things are looking favorable. Now, if this works, then we can wait till we're in range at each point. The ideal time to go ahead and set up our maneuvers. We don't have to be in constant contact once we're in orbit. It's looking good. Self-control. Perfect. Okay. So it should be in orbit. Oh, don't warp there. Don't be a... No, knock it off. I want to focus on Minmus, please. No. Please let me focus on Minmus. Okay, be a dick. But we are in an orbit. That's what matters. Alright, let's do some high above science while we're at it. Radio that back on our extremely crap connection. But that's okay, it's science. And go. Sending science back. Now, I will probably only get high over Minmus and low over Minmus for goo canisters, so I might just go ahead and use this opportunity now. We will lose one of those. I'm going to save the materials bay for close. Now, we can choose to start working on orbit. However, how far away are we from our correction burn here for the fuel resupplier? We're still 2 hours away. Alright, yeah, we can work on the satellite a little bit. And this probe will function first as a satellite around Minmus. And then we'll start sending science again. Alright. We might as well do our ascending node, descending node burn. As far out as possible. That'll be in a day. Also don't have it lined up correctly. Right. That's doing some maneuvers I don't want. Oh yeah, it's not really like an ideal. It's kind of weird looking, the ascending node, descending node on this. Force some interaction here. This is very funky. I think right there nails it, though. Just about. Yeah, that's basically what we want right there. If I can just shift perigee a little bit while we're at it. Combining as many maneuvers as possible. And hopefully we'll actually be in contact with Kerbin when we go to make that maneuver. So that part looks good. Let's go back to the fuel resupply craft, since that's going to be our next maneuver. Ooh. Quick. Pardon the break there. Now we're gonna aim for target. 1% fuel limiter. Just make this a reasonable maneuver to try and accomplish. Warp the 2 hours to that maneuver. We're now playing catch up with the space station itself with the refueler. Oh, didn't mean to go that fast. Yes, I did. I don't know why it's not giving me any idea on burn times. That's kind of frustrating. But I'm going to let this get to about 4 seconds away. I want to see how that does. Could be better. This is fairly in control. Okay, still reads 0.0. It's pretty good. That is pretty good. Now, see if we can alter our intersect. With the minimal requirement here. We'll have to go slightly prograde, looks like. you can probably note how much that this is changing with very slight manipulations of the mouse, that it's much easier to do these maneuvers. It's much cheaper in fuel the further you are away from your planetary body. Because that is where you're going slowest, is your furthest distance. And it is easiest to make an inclination change while you're going slow. But I think we've just about figured our inclination out. I don't think that's the problem anymore. Okay, 2.3. Get a good look at what's separating us. It is an inclination. Wow. Well, that's not good. Means we'll need to make another adjustment here at ascending node. Okay, that's the closest we can get, looks like, for that node. So then our problem likely becomes a timing issue again. So at that point we need to work on changing radial. Almost had it. Bingo. Okay. So those are the two maneuvers we need to do. And this is not going to tell me how long it's going to take to do them. So, let's see. I'm at 4% thrust. And I'm just going to have to ballpark it, I guess. I could do the math. I terribly don't feel like it at the moment. So, ballparking it is. Now my next question is going to be one for the Space Center. I want to know which maneuver is going to be coming up first. Balancing several maneuvers here. Oh, that was interesting. Any new contracts? No new contracts. Okay. Did get a bunch more science from that Minmus probe, though. That's nice. So, let's see. Fuel resupply is in 4 hours, 12 minutes. Minmus probe is in 5 hours, 23 minutes. Okay, so that makes our decision for us. This will be our next maneuver. And I keep dropping off there. That's interesting. Okay. So we'll warp to next maneuver. Right in front of it anyway. Perfect. We're still dead on. Aiming at target. I'll let us get 4 seconds away from our node again. I have no idea how long it's going to take. For whatever reason, this doesn't want to share me the burn time required. Apparently, it's not in the mood. So let's wait till 4 seconds. It's only an 8.8 meter per second adjustment. Okay. So I really like considering this is half. So if I... Okay. Mental math later. Remember that I need to remember that I was off by a specific amount. And I'm not helping myself with these extra burns, am I? No, sir, I am not. Alright, next maneuver is going to not be done until we do the Minmus satellite maneuver. However, I think this can still be timed out for a good intersect. Yes, okay, we can still manage a 0.0 if the next burn goes according to plan. Come on. Ah! So sensitive, okay. One more time. There we go. Another 8 meters a second. So that time took me 7 seconds. Okay. That's fine. I'll wait till 4 seconds away, and then I'll cut it again. Oh, actually, now I think about it, 4 seconds away is where I started. So I actually did that dead on. With my dumb guesswork. Okay. Alright. I'll take it. Now we can switch back to the Minmus probe, which is about to enter its maneuver window, and hopefully it is out of, okay, no, it's in contact, okay. Alright. Hopefully it stays in contact for the maneuver. Maneuver is going to take 2 seconds, so we can work pretty close here. Please maintain radio signal. Damn! Really? How far are we away from this? 3 minutes? Yeah, it's not time to do anything. But at least we're in orbit. There's no miracle that's gonna just kick in at the last second and give us signal. Nope. Nope. Oh, cannot even delete maneuver node. Okay. Okay. We'll try it next time. Now let's swing back. Yeah, we still have temperature readings coming up awful fast here. Munsat 1! Give us science, Munsat 1. We've just been running maneuvers all day. Give us some science. Be the little satellite that could. outdated satellite that could just do everything we asked for. It's looking actually really good for those. And of course, this satellite's staying in very good reception, courtesy of the ridiculous, nice, clean, organized MUN satellite system. I need to get one of those for Kerbin. Looks like we're maybe just like barely behind on these, but it's fine. Should be close enough, I hope. Yes! At least one of them. Oh man, it is like glitchy there. Get your science. Send it out. And go. Victory roll for Munsat 1. Getting us all the science. We still need this one is a below scan, this one's a below scan, this one's an above scan. So once I'm done those ones, I'll flip over to that. And these two I think are above scans. Yep. So only have a few more left to go, and then we'll be able to raise altitude and make it logical. What the hell is that? What on earth is that? Well, we're in the sector. Let's take the temperature scan real quick. But what the heck is that? What is that? It's the Kraken. It's gotta be. What the heck? I know St. Louis was on the moon. Alright. That was fun. That was a cool distraction. Oh, this is 0.8 meters per second now that I need to adjust. Very tiny maneuver. Glad I noticed that. Alright. 1% or 0.5% thrust limiter. Let's do that. Why not? At that point, I might as well make the maneuver with monoprop. Oh, wait. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Back to Munsat 1. Munsat 1's gonna come up with more science. Close the contract. Yes, Munsat 1. Munsat 1 saving the day. Single most useful satellite in the entire program. Somehow. Oh, you beautiful satellite. Alright. Warp here. Just warp your way over the surface. Just zip right along. The beautiful thing is, as we complete these contracts, we're getting science for taking each scan as a bonus, and then we're getting the money, which 25% of the money is being converted to science. So this little guy is nailing us a lot of science. zipping along the surface. On its last few drops of fuel. Oh, my cat just knocked it over. Should be coming up on the zone. Yes! Entering the area. Log temperature. Broadcast. Beautiful. That's a contract complete, I think. Yep. Finally, that one's done. Oh, we're only one scan away from completing this one as well. And then all the other scans insist that we be above a certain altitude, so that'll be the point where we raise our orbit. Just gotta get this last one. Wow, alright. In the meantime, switch back to the resupply craft. Absolutely beautiful. I couldn't be happier about closing that contract right there. Now we can resume our warp to maneuver. Again, just watching our Munsat zip around. Still got a long way to go before it's back towards getting that one spot. Just warp a little further. So we're dead on target. Excuse the drop. About to have another drop. Alright, there we go. So I have this on a 0.5% thrust. 0.5%. Just the tiniest of adjustments. Seems to think that we needed more adjustment. But let's see. Let's see what actually happens. A 0.1. 0.1 intersect. Okay. I'll take it. We're going to make a marker there. Just to give us an idea of what we'll need to do to match speed. Which realistically will just be a matter of lining ourselves up with our target orbit. So we'll do that. We'll continue to do this. Shift the perigee around. I really wanted to see like what I really needed to do for a maneuver there. I guess it's just going to be easier when I get there to aim at target and change our 9.4 meters a second. But you know, I just wanted to see in advance. Now, Minmus probe is back in radio contact. This is going to be a situation where this is constantly dropping in and out of radio contact because I was too stupid to properly consider its range. So we're gonna need sending the sending notice right there. That's in 2 days. But if it's in 2 days exact, let me see. 2 days, 3 hours. So I gotta consider where we're gonna be in orbit when that happens. Well, let's just see. See what happens here. Because what we'll need to do our inclination change again. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. The inclination change again. Correct node this time. Okay. Beautiful. Wonderful. Or our... Okay. More correction. More correction. More correction. This is getting silly. Radial correction. Radial correction. Radial correction. Okay. That's all dandy. Inclination correction, possibly? Yep, looks good. Lower that right there. Lower that right there. Just like that. Like that. I like that, actually. Okay, so that maneuver's in 2 days, 2 hours. Oh, we have object tracking now. That's something I forgot I now have. Focus view on the moon, however you want to call it. So fuel resupply craft has the next burn. Once more. It's just a bounce back and forth. Repeated. So let's warp there. So I'm keep an eye. Oop, did I just miss? No, I didn't. Okay. That's the one I need. Don't want to miss my window on my mun set. Gotta get those temperature scans. Temperature scans for the win. Still in 6 minutes. So let's put a maneuver there. Let's warp here. So I know exactly where we're at our closest. It's only a 9.4 meter a second adjustment. It's a 5% thrust limiter. So I need to aim retrograde to target. Which is right there, actually. Oh. Finally getting a reward for all these maneuvers. Finally get to actually see something come of it. Gentle braking. Too gentle braking. Kill our movement entirely. Cool. We now are no longer moving relative to target. So our next responsibility is going to be to aim directly at it. If I can manage that today. And we're going to head for one of the 2 side adapters, which were set up for these fuel tanks. Okay. Control from here. Set that docking node as target. There we are. So that port should be pretty much staring it right in the face. Splendid. Docking mode. RCS. RCS off. Let's do the roll. Just want to keep it really aligned because I can, because it's very high orbit. Take us in. Minor corrections. Minor corrections. This is looking very good. Look at that. That was professional. If I do say so myself, which I do. In fact, that's just so we don't damage that later. Okay. Oh, rendezvous 2 vessels in the orbit of Mun. There we go, another contract. I forgot that was one of them. So that's a plus. We need to have 2,000 units of fuel, liquid fuel, in the station, which we do not have. We have 1,200 of oxidizer. We don't even have 1,000 of liquid fuel. Not all those tanks. So, yeah. Oops. What I think I will do... start pumping all the fuel from this pusher into the station proper. If I can even find proper tanks to do this with. Okay, that one's empty. Sure. Try and get all the fuel off of this sucker. Because this has an alternate mission, this piece. And it's going to be awkward configuration to try to maneuver this now, so I want to try and take this and position it where this one is, behind this power adapter. So we'll refuel this tank completely. Refuel this tank. Okay, it still has a little bit more fuel to give away. So let's see, that should be a fuel tank. Somehow was only missing oxidizer, don't know how that happens. Okay. These Oscar tanks. Fill those up. Okay, still one more of those. Okay. Donut's empty. That's empty. That's empty. That's empty. Let's see. Aim camera. There we go. Alright, now. There's nothing really else on this aside from the monoprop. And the monoprop is probably what I'm going to want to use. I was going to say to deorbit this, but it looks like I already pumped all the monoprop out of it. Okay. So I need a backup plan for deorbiting this. Shouldn't need a ton of fuel. Let's put this stuff back. Let's do that. Just a small amount of Oscar B fuel. And this Oscar B tank maybe? Or maybe that's too much. Let's put this tiny scrap fuel in again. Don't want to overdo it and waste fuel, because we really just need to deorbit that sucker. It's going to be a mission to deorbit it, so we want to give it some. Oh, this is a small tank, right? Yeah, that's a small tank. And I want to give it any monoprop. I don't know if I want to give it monoprop. I feel like that's going to be enough to deorbit it, but I'm really not sure. Wasting fuel. Wasting fuel. Alright. Okay, it does have its own antenna. We're good there. Okay. Forget it. Node. Space Station doesn't want to separate. Space Station's like, no. No, don't do this to me. Okay, so now this thing has a mission to deorbit itself, and on its way down, collect science. We got some suborbit tests to do. I really hope this is enough to deorbit this thing. Because we're about to go for it. Path is clear. Alright. Go for it, little guy. Yep. That's deorbit. Wow, that was really cool. That was awesome. I like that. Alright, so we now are not deorbiting. Thought we were deorbiting. Thought we had a camera flip there. What the heck? What's that all about? What's that crap all about? It's not a suborbital trajectory. Well, poop. Unless... No, because I don't have any drone control for that. May have made a mistake there. Times like this, I wish I hadn't disabled revert. So now I went and mixed up my beautiful, consistent orbit around Mun. Alright, well, let's switch to the station itself again. Now I can at least reposition this craft. Also, extend our solar panels. Now that we don't have the 4 from the pusher. Very good. Dock. Back away a little bit. Okay. Now, once we do this, we'll be able to start setting up our final orbit for the station. Wow, I'm having a lot of trouble focusing here for a second. Okay. I have trouble figuring out right side up. Okay. That's up, that's down. Okay, I've got this inverted. There we go. Up is relative. Okay. Back to linear. RCS back on. Don't do that just yet. Oh, we're nowhere near aligned to that. We did much better lining up last time. Okay. Just zero it out. Alright, I'm struggling to zero it out apparently. Okay, where's retrograde then? Retrograde to target is where? I see no retrograde to target. Okay. So we're as good as stopped relative to target then? Even though it's showing that we're still slightly moving? Fine, whatever. Okay. More like it. That's more like it. Now we're actually going fast enough for the nav ball to actually matter to us. That's just a little bit off kilter. That's fine. We did just all right with that. Okay. So we're back in position of having one straight, flyable station. I think that's all I care to do for the station at the moment. Just check, one more time the Minmus probe. How are we doing on the Minmus probe? It's gotta be a long time before that's coming into play, huh? It is in communication. At the very least, we checked off some contracts. We were still in 1 day, 3 hours. Still kind of miffed about that extra tank, though. It's now just ruining my perfect my perfect satellite system being ruined by this one. Just barely didn't leave it enough fuel to deorbit. Should have gave it just a little bit more. Or at least left it some monoprop or something. There we go. Rename. At least make it debris. That is frustrating. At least it's got a dock on it so I can send something out to capture and finish deorbiting it. That'll be an interesting mission. Let's plan that out. Why not? I can do that with a fairly cheap satellite launcher, I think. You know, I just take satellite bus D and throw a port on it. Mission control. Anything new? More temperature surveys of Mun. More flight below ones. Okay. A Mun. A Mun orbit rescue. This would be good for our reputation. Landed at Kerbin. This is a automatic win. Service from Minmus. This might be a while, but we got like 10 years to complete this, and we're only, you know, a few days in. So let's let's take that. Explore Minmus. This is the Minmus landing. I think that might be a ways away from us, though. I'm not going to pick that one up just yet, I don't think. More temperature scans from Mun. Munsat 1, the science satellite that just keeps on giving. Let's take it. Cabin Kerman. Or Cabin. Maybe Cabin. Alright. Let's first focus on deorbiting that debris up there. To figure out how light I can send out a rescue real quick as well. I have a saved crew launch vehicle for a single Kerman. Can make some adjustments to it. that's right at 3 tons. So that should be pretty doable. So this will be our second version of this. And we'll come back to that in a second for our rescue mission. First, I want to go to our satellite bus D. Don't need the science on this at all. Because we're just going to use this to snap a sucker out of orbit. Structural FLA adapter. Oops. Got kind of buggy there for a second. Fairing's gonna make this just a little bit overweight. So let's reduce to just one of those. Yeah, that should do fine. We got a really good MUN network. Actually, I could probably... This is probably the one I should have tried to get away with, the cheap antennas. Are they lighter by much? 0.07, 0.005. Yeah, they're lighter by a lot, actually. Much more lightweight. Okay, so our fairing. We have a MUN launcher ready for this. K3G2. Let's check our staging. Which looks pretty darn good to me. So this would be our D orbiter. Can I reduce the weight any more than that? How much do these single solar panels weigh? 0.005. Yeah, it does bring down the weight a little bit to do solar panels like this. Okay. Take every pound of weight reduction I can possibly get out of this launcher. Now let's send this up and on its way to MUN before we call it a stream. Alright. Let's get this sucker off to MUN. nice inexpensive launcher. 3-ton payload will do the job nicely. Why I started the maneuver there. Wait for 10,000 meters, then do gravity turn. This is one of our most used rockets, I think. This 3-ton launcher. Already leveling out. Do our orbit burn. Beautiful. Leaving the thicker parts of the atmosphere, we can ditch the fairing right before burn. I want to wait till right before, so the extra weight carries us through as much as possible. This stage firing twice, once to finish the apogee in the previous stage if necessary, and the second time to get us into orbit. So 45-second burn. So I'll wait until 22 seconds to maneuver. Maybe a little earlier than that, till 30 seconds, because we're coming up on apogee. Make sure we're not losing altitude by the time we go to make this burn. So 30 seconds out is what we'll do. Fairing separation, full throttle. Start extending our antennas so we don't lose radio contact once this stage is complete. Stage also being fired to get us the start of our lunar transfer. To be poorly timed this time around. We want this to ideally bring our perigee back down, so we're not creating space junk while trying to remove space junk. So we want to do a late burn. And adjust radial. Does drop perigee a bit. That should do it. That should drop it right back. So, we just need to double the amount of fuel in this stage from our reserves here. Easy to do. And we'll take from the top donut. Perfect. So a 19-second burn. Let's deploy the solar panels as well, just so we don't run out of power here. Perfect. It's like its arms are out, like to hug the space debris. Now, I probably could end up investing in making a smaller, cheaper transfer stage here. Having a separation somewhere in here, but this just works so smoothly so far. At the sacrifice of some payload fuel. It's kind of a small price to pay for reliability, which is what this thing has really had. Second burn, so we're gonna give this between 9 and 10 seconds to node to actually start burning. I'll do 10 seconds. And according to our maneuver node, we should actually have all we need in this stage right now to complete this burn. We want to be very precise with it. Because we do want this to deorbit naturally. I have been meaning to start putting something like Separatrons on, but with this flight pattern on this booster, this mission profile, it's actually easier to do this. Just minor correction burns. Again, I want to be very precise. Whoop. As I'm saying that, I overshoot. Set the thrust limiter way down. Because we really do, we want this exactly on. Very delicate window to have this return to a fiery grave in Kerbin's orbit. Now we're talking. Okay, so now it doesn't know which way the maneuver node is, which is what we're looking for. Now, if we look at it, periaps is coming back inside the atmosphere. Not as good as it was, but inside the atmosphere anyway. Can now put the rest of the fuel back in the donut tank at the top. Before we separate. Now, if I had put Separatrons on this, and I tried to drop it now, what would happen is it would actually lower its apogee rather than its perigee now. So it would actually make it so it didn't have a Mun encounter and would not slow down at apogee enough to then decay. So it actually needs to not have a Sepratron in order for it to deorbit, of all things. Just need it to slow down a little bit. So hopefully this separates the trick. And our little deorbiter tank thing is on the way to Lunar Intercept. just want to see this thing. Does this come back down? Yeah, see, now this fell too low, and now it's not going to have an intersect with Mun. So this is also going to be space debris. That's lovely. That is lovely and frustrating, but also serves to prove my point. Kerbin's already a disaster. I'm fine with that. I need to fix Mun's orbit. And also complete the mission. Hello again. Sorry I'm coming in during the end of things. It's all good, bestie. You missed some painful moments, to be sure. Mostly me finally screwing up my beautiful orbit system here with a piece of space debris. However, luckily for me on that one, it's space debris that had a secondary mission attached to it, so I can justify sending this out to rescue and deorbit it and smash it into the moon on purpose. How's Minmus probe doing? Still a long ways from maneuver. How far are we from intersect 5 hours? Once again, checking the Space Center to see which one comes up first. Start picking up the debris. All right. A decent amount of science too. So let's see. Between that last launch maneuver node in one day versus 5 hours. So this one does come up first. But where does it fall on? Okay, still Periaps is gonna be first. Where is this rescue orbit I supposedly have to get around Mun? Well, that's not too bad. I did find a rescue contract for orbit around Mun. So what I might do, since this is on the way, and it'll be a while, I might just go and do the same launcher one more time and get that on the way. Kind of like last night setting up today's missions. And I still have to design the new Kerbin orbit space station. It's impressive how you play with multiple missions and process at once and don't waste any in-game time. Yes, I didn't used to do that at all. I don't know if you remember, I used to just time warp like crazy through each mission and finish it out. But I have to say I'm having a lot of fun trying to multitask. It's one of those other things. I find myself doing a lot of things to just try and make this a more interesting challenge to me. Alright, so this is the modified orbiter. More solar panels, relay. This might do. I might, however... So we know We know my moon orbiter, or my moon launch vehicle for 3 ton, will at least get a 5 ton payload to orbit. I wonder if I can throw on an extra stage here. And let that be our moon transfer. Kind of liking this idea. Just got to figure out. Throw a little more fuel on this. Get a chance to show me your tech tree so far. I most certainly can. I will get this up in the air and I will switch over to that. Let's see, so we want the Mooner transfer launcher. And this is just going to be an awkward one, isn't it? Do an auto strut. Cheat a little bit. I feel like auto strut's cheating. Probably shouldn't. I do need to make an update to this as well to catch this new aerodynamic cone. So, first stage is right. Separate. That goes. That goes. Yep, okay. Then we're gonna do this guy and this guy. And this guy and this guy. There we go. Watching you has got me inspired to start up KSP for the first time in a little while. I feel good about that. That's somebody excited about anything, I think, is good. Gotta be doing something right. Alright, so that should change the profile of this launcher quite a bit. So this should be more like my fuel tanker launches to orbit. And Jeb's on board. Why is Jeb on board? Jeb, you scamp. Knock it off. Alright. Jeb, I really dig your enthusiasm, buddy, but, you know, it's just getting old. What are the chances of just ripping the drogue off in this process? Save as much of the rocket as possible, Jeb. If you're gonna do this, at least save some of the rocket. Well, I think we lost Jeb. That was maybe a bad call. Yep. We lost Jeb. That was maybe a really bad call. I thought I was going to do it there for a second, and then I cut the throttle at the wrong moment. Well, okay, let's, let's cut that out. Now we got to make a Jebediah Kerman Memorial Space Station. I'll just go to Tech Tree now and call it a night. That did hurt our reputation a little bit, it looks like. Oh, that's not Tech Tree. What am I doing? What am I doing? Rest in peace, Jeb. Rest in peace. He survived a lot of jet crashes, though. Like, I'm surprised that didn't come sooner. He must have totaled something like 8 jets. But anyway, Tech Tree. Here we are. So far, I did leave aerodynamics undone because of the risk to Jeb's life, but that might now be a thing that we can consider, because jets are kind of meh. But for this level of Tech Tree, what is this? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 level of Tech Tree. So far, I've got the precision propulsion, specialized construction for the docking ports, and advanced electrics for the better solar panels. Now, advanced exploration will probably come up next for the space station, the Jebediah Kerman Memorial Space Station. That'll have to go up. And next, though, the Grabber's coming up. Next, though, I might have to just go for the engines. Having the Bobcat would probably be good. And the mainsail. Mainsail has a lot of thrust. I'm just wholly unexcited about the Kodiak. I just wish they had made that much better, I guess. It's really, like, if I compare the Kodiak and I compare it to the Reliant, this old, we've had this for forever engine, right? So, yeah, this is 1,100 credits versus 1,300. Generates 7 electric charge. And, let's see, 205 at sea level thrust, 240 vacuum thrust, 265 at sea level engine ISP, 310 vacuum. If I check this out, it's got 208.5 thrust at sea level, so slightly more. It's got the same vacuum, but its engine efficiency is lower for vacuum as well, so it burns more fuel to make up for that, and it only generates 3 electric charge. It's more expensive. It's the same weight. Why? Why is that a thing? I don't understand. Like, this is burning 7.222 units of fuel a second, and this one running 7.105. So the thrust difference of 208 is basically just the fuel expenditure. Let me see, 265 engine ISP at sea level. 265 at sea level. So slightly higher thrust at sea level for the same fuel expenditure, and then as soon as you get in the vacuum, it's worse. I don't know why this exists. Except, like I said before, for the shroud. For putting vernier engines further down, but that doesn't really matter. I don't get it. I don't know why this exists. And why it's way up here on the tech tree. Style points, basically. I think that's all that it's there for. Well, let's launch that attempt one more time. This time, no one in it. Okay, empty seat. Good. Wish there was a preset to just completely not put Kerman in pods at all unless you specifically put them there. Alright. Now, this time, on our way to mud. Don't know why I did that, but it seems to be fine. Separated those early. Somehow didn't break anything. Rather ironic that Jeb was killed by a rescue craft. Okay. Now, it says it's a 2-minute, 31-second burn time, but that's bogus. As soon as we get out of the atmosphere, we're good. There we go, 1-minute burn. Make the Jeb Memorial Station an asteroid mining station in Kerbin orbit. I might do that. I won't have the means to get the asteroid part just yet, but I will actually start out the Kerbin station. I actually have a contract for one too. It needs to have 12 Kerbal carrying capability. I already have the Valentina Kerman Memorial Station in Mun orbit. It just seems appropriate. getting ready for staging. Still on prograde rather than Numino at this point. Cool. Now go for Mun. Here we are, we're go for Mun. Does that make our perigee? Return perigee in the atmosphere. Which is what I wanted the last time. Just want to give it a little more of a boost because it is going to get staged off. So perfect, right where I wanted to, actually, more or less. Is where it's going to get staged. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Do not warp that far. Damn you. Okay. Way too far on the time warp. Got too used to the moon orbits where everything was like hours off. Realize this won't stage off the way I intended unless I finish the burn on that stage. So I have to finish the burn on that stage. Okay, that's empty. It's empty. Oh, that isn't empty. That was empty. Okay, empty, empty. Prograde. Alright. That's more like it. Correction burn there. Wow, and this is a very long path to, oh, there we go. One encounter, 5 hours. That's more like it. Alright, I think that's gonna call it for the day. We've got 2 more moon missions on their way. We've got a that words. Hello, English. We've got a Minmus satellite that keeps falling out of range and is difficult to position. And a space station around the Mun now. Now we just need to send more fuel to it so we can actually complete the mission for it. And then we'll make our memorial station for Jeb. Jeb R.I.P. So, for everyone that did watch, thanks for watching. Everything else is on YouTube, so catch all our previous episodes there. And have a good night.